Hi, Internet people.
Hi, Internet people.
So, we are doing this video because while ClexaCon is not until April, there are some people who are debating about going or who have mentioned they're going and they don't know anyone who's going to be at ClexaCon. And we just wanted to let you know that you do know people at ClexaCon.
Because you're not alone.
Hi.
Hi, you know us.
Yep, we will both be there. We're actually cosplaying together, so we'll be in costume, but we will be there. You'll be able to find us. We'll be pretty active on social media the whole time we're there. I'm going to put this sign down. I talk with my hands too much. So we'll both be there the Thursday, the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday, and
the
most of Monday.
Yeah.
So we'll be there at the Tropicana or at least somewhere around Vegas. I think Monday we're gonna leave the venue a little bit and do some like touristy stuff, but we'll be there. You can find us. We went last year, so we have minor ClexaCon experience.
Yeah, and in fact, had it not been for ClexaCon, I would have not met this amazing person.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have met Krista because we'd never talked online or anything until we met at ClexaCon, which is actually thanks to Rachel. So if she's watching this,
thanks Rachel.
But yeah, so we went last year, and I know Dana is doing the Unconventional podcast, which is actually, I listened to the first episode. It has super helpful tips, one of which is wear comfortable shoes. If you're cosplaying, pack extra shoes so you can switch from your not comfortable shoes to comfortable shoes. It's also really hard to remember to eat food.
It is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Or do what she did last time and bring lots of snacks with you.
Yes, if you're cool checking a bag. Yeah, I checked a bag when I flew in, so I had snacks. I'm actually not planning on packing them this time, but only because I didn't wind up in my room enough to really eat them, and I'm sure the Tropicana has like a little convenience store. There's also a Rite Aid on the strip, or like a pharmacy that sold snacks, because we found ways to get snacks on the run while we were out. But if you need someone to like get food with, we'll definitely be getting food.
Yeah. If you need someone to introduce you to Krispy Kreme donuts, I introduced this one.
Go!
It was in Vegas.
They're hot and delicious, and we're getting them, especially when we're doing our Waverly and Nicole cosplay. That's happening, and photos will be taken. It's happening.
It is happening. We'll be in cosplay for 3 days.
Yeah, the 3 main days of the con, we'll be in cosplay. We'll still mostly be recognizable.
Yeah.
So you should be able to.
Except for me on like the one day.
Yeah.
I'll be in a wig.
Yeah, but the rest of the time.
Process that.
Yeah.
I'm still processing that.
Yeah. Wigs are. I'm avoiding wearing a wig, so my Waverly is gonna have really dark hair. But we'll be around. You can come find us. We'll be tweeting. So, I mean, if we're at a panel or something and you're at the panel and you're just like, hey, I just need someone to hang out with for a little bit, or like, this is really overwhelming, do you mind just like chatting with me while I like chill? Because I know it's a lot of people and sometimes you just need to like sit down away from the con for a couple minutes and like compose yourself. Also, bring a water bottle. Like, even if you're flying, bring an empty refillable water bottle.
Because they have water in all of the rooms, which is really nice.
But like, just bring an empty water bottle just so you have it. I used it in the room a lot because I didn't drink enough water during the day. There were things I did that I shouldn't have done, but I would like get back to the room and then completely fill up the water bottle and like drink the whole thing before we went to go get dinner. So like, bring an empty water bottle. It's helpful.
And so last year I was on the fence about going to ClexaCon. I was not out, and I didn't know really anyone else that was going. We talked about Rachel. I talked to Rachel a little bit on Twitter. Had never met her. And so I was really scared of being there all by myself and not really feeling comfortable or knowing anyone and feeling like an outsider. And so I convinced my really good friend Tina, who is straight, to go with me. And I was, explaining like, she likes Carmilla, so I'm like telling her all the people that are going to be there. And she looked it up and she goes, Krista, are you inviting me to a lesbian convention? And I said, yes I am. Please go. And she was so wonderful. If you know Tina, that's not really a surprise. And she went with me. And the very first night that we got in, Rachel contacted us.
Yeah.
And then 2 awesome people showed up at my hotel room door, and the rest is history. So, truly, and not to sound all corny, though I am a very corny, cheesy dorky individual, ClexaCon changed my life. So going there, feeling the atmosphere, feeling so completely accepted and not having to hide anything and not having to look over my shoulder and not feeling like I'm not normal and I don't fit in. Those were all things that I didn't experience there. It was such a amazing time and environment, and every single person that went last year contributed to making that such an amazing experience. Everything from the guests to the moderators to the organizers to everyone that attended as a fan and a guest. It was just so amazing that when I got back from ClexaCon, I decided that I didn't want to hide that part of myself anymore. And I came out publicly and have been out publicly since then. So you don't have to come out publicly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that had I not had that experience, I very well may still be in the closet today. And then I would have missed out on a lot of wonderful experiences that I've had since then. And I wouldn't know this amazing person who's become one of my absolute favorite people in the universe. So come to ClexaCon.
Yes, you should definitely go, and we'll be there. You can find us as I lose my voice. But come find us. We will help you with whatever. Just if you need to talk to somebody or need to see somebody, you can even ask us questions on social media politely. Krista's is at Frigo Law. I'll link below, and then I'm at Kleffnotes. So just look for us. If you have any questions, let us know. I'm also in the Ohio area, so depending on where you're from, we might be flying out of the same airport. So if you're like leery about flying by yourself, and we happen to be, I'm not saying try and book your flights around mine, but if you happen to be there, just let me know. I can at least explain some of the local airports if you're choosing to fly out of them.
I'm flying out of Montreal, so I don't think that anyone is flying. If you're flying out of Montreal, Canada, hey, I'll be in customs with you.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
But yeah, ClexaCon was just such a huge experience. I will also link to an article I wrote for the Nerdy Girl Express below that explains a little bit about me and how ClexaCon helped me to come out too in a slightly different way in a longer period of time. But it did help me with my coming out journey, and I think that's a really big deal to just share how impactful this convention was. And we just want to help build the community of that convention so that everyone has a positive and comfortable time while they're at the Tropicana in Las Vegas.
Yeah, yeah, ClexaCon, the one place where you never have to be afraid of being who you are.
There you go. All right, internet people, come find us on Twitter at FrigoLaw, at Kleffnotes. You can find me on my blog, kleffnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, and on their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. And Krista writes for Starry Mag and also is sometimes on their Twitter live tweeting at Starry Mag.
Bye, internet people.